Hello, good morning. So Starmer survived the Mandelson vote yesterday and Powell is set to chair his final Fed meeting today. It's Wednesday the 29th. I'm FxPlew and this is the market brief. So Starmer survived the Mandelson vote, whipping rebel MPs into line. Morgan McSweeney helpfully fell on his sword at a Commons committee, saying he had erroneously supported the Mandelson decision. That took some of the heat off Starmer, but sentiment suggests this may be little more than a temporary reprieve on calls for him to go, because don't forget, we have local elections next week and Labour are not expected to do well. Added to that, NIESR has downgraded UK growth. They have us carded for 0.9% this year and 1% next year. They see one rate hike to 4% in July, and they forecast inflation will stay over the 2% target until 2028. As such, they join the ranks of those, including me, who expect the MPC to vote to keep rates on hold tomorrow. Over in the US, it's Powell's final meeting as Fed chair today. He's had 8 years in the hot seat, 2 terms, a pandemic, the worst inflation shock in decades, and now a president who calls him grossly incompetent. The Senate Banking Committee will vote on Warsh's nomination later today, and dear old Donald will be one step closer to getting his mole in the hot seat. The more interesting question is whether Powell will stay on the board or whether he will walk when Warsh takes the chair. He said he'll decide whatever is best for the institution, and where many fear Fed independence is at risk, there is certainly a case for him to stay on a while. Don't forget, we had a 4-3 partisan split vote last month, and that raised questions about ideological cracks on the Fed board and whether Warsh will inherit a board that is starting to divide along political lines. As such, the Fed always remains worth keeping an eye on. In the market, the dollar index rallied to around 98.90 on the Iranian proposal for peace. Sterling kicks off around 135 against the dollar. We're down to around 115.35 against the euro, and euro dollar is around the 117 mark on the open this morning. That's it from me. Have a great day.
If you do not have a clue, then just tweet through and ask FxPlew.